There are several elements that a movie can use to capture the audience's attention and convince them to watch a film over and over again. You've got amazing lines, intense battles, convincing characters, and epic adventures. However, even the less action-packed films have their charm and ways of convincing people. Instead of the big explosions and epic fights, you have the relationships that are forged in the films. It's for this reason why romantic comedies are scaled more on the epic and over-the-top love story of two characters, rather than big explosions and fighting. The characters have immense depth to them if they want to be blockbuster films that get watched for decades to come. If the movie is able to put together a solid and shippable couple, then they have a very successful film. Below we've picked out some of the most captivating film couples over the years. If you haven't seen these films, we'd highly recommend you to check them out too. Moonlight released in 2016, this indie film had quite the run that year. It ended up winning the Academy Award for Best Picture. It was a huge step forward, since this film was an all-black cast and an LGBTQ one. Part of the huge success naturally came down to the relationship that was shared between Kyron and Kevin, which audiences were allowed to see evolve as the boys matured into young men. What piqued the interest was Chiron's innocent feelings towards Kevin that ultimately makes them such a cute couple, despite the story not ending in the way audiences would have hoped for. To All the Boys trilogy, a Netflix series that has helped revitalize the teen romantic comedy genre, is To All the Boys. The franchise is based on the New York Times bestseller series with the same name, and which Netflix brought to the screen. For those not familiar with it, it starts off with characters Peter Kavinsky and Lara Jean starting to fake date. However, like most of these types of movie tropes, the pair starts to fall in love and find something very real and special in each other. The realism sinks in further as the audience can relate to Lara Jean's anxieties about being in a relationship for the first time and Peter being a charming and innocent boy. It's a high school couple that pulls audiences into the magic of finding love all over again during high school. Dirty Dancing. When you think of iconic couples in cinema, this 80s classic is one that comes to mind. Both Johnny and Baby are stellar in these roles and form such an amazing bond despite their massive differences. Similar to West Side Story, the couple come from vastly different backgrounds. Baby is from a well-off family and can't dance at all, while Johnny is a working-class young adult who lives for dancing. Despite all this, the two form such a cute couple and perform one of the most iconic dance sequences in cinema history. Love, Simon. When fans learned about the best-selling novel Simon vs. the Homo sapiens agenda getting a film adaptation, they couldn't contain their excitement. However, no fan was even prepared to fall in love with the cute couple of Simon and Bram on the big screen. Even though this couple doesn't hook up until the very end of the film, these two are still considered the cutest movie couple in modern cinema history. Their love story, email change, and anxieties about coming out as gay to one another is authentic and heartfelt, which makes these two so lovable. The Notebook. Another iconic epic love story that's based on a book is The Notebook. The relationship that Noah and Allie share is one of the top 10 in people's minds for sure. Even without a love story that spanned decades and had Noah building Allie her dream home with his own hands, the two of them are still one of the cutest couples out there. What makes them fantastic is that we get to see their relationship evolve as they grow older until eventually finding their way back together in the end. Crazy Rich Asians. This one is faced with a bit of controversy. After all, Nick didn't even mention to Rachel that he came from an extremely wealthy and over-the-top family before introducing her to his family. While those are valid points, this couple still makes the list because their love is genuinely authentic. Despite coming from different worlds, they show time and time again that their love for one another is pure without a shred of doubt. Topped up with the fact the couple shares the cutest and cheesiest rom-com moments of all time. Brokeback Mountain. For a long time, it was the staple LGBTQ movie to winning 3 Academy Awards. It's definitely earned its place in movie history, however most of that was earned by the couple that was in it, Ennis and Jack. Both of them are sheep herders who end up falling in love in the 1960s despite being married. This forbidden love story is one of a heartbreak, but also too sweet and relatable. Love and Basketball. If there is anything cuter than next-door neighbors slowly falling in love, it's two childhood best friends slowly falling in love with each other. And it's for this reason why Quincy and Monica from Love and Basketball are one of the cutest couples out there. While a love for basketball was what first bound the two childhood friends, it's eventually what gets them to fall in love with each other at the very end. Titanic. Another iconic couple stems from the amazing film Titanic. What ultimately makes this a truly successful movie is not the majestic ship, but the love that Jack and Rose share throughout the film. They make such an adorable pairing that proves love can happen at first sight. Even though these two come from different social standings, the two manage to find each other and share their nights together, even if it comes to a tragic end. It's Rose's endless love for Jack that lingers even as she's older that cements the two as a cute couple. The Big Sick. Not only does Kumail and Emily form a cute couple, the love story is inspired by real-life events. The 2017 indie romantic comedy film garnered massive success thanks in part to this untraditional love story. Part of the charm of this film is the fact Kumail stuck by Emily during the whole time she was sick despite only knowing her for a few months and having just broken up with someone else.